Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a requested video about high school advice. So let's get started. If you haven't subscribed now, I think you should do this because I'm really gonna dive into some good advice that I know you want to hear. So hit that subscribe button and keep watching. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that pertain to high school. 1 is academics, 2 mental health, and 3 social life. So I'm going to start off with academics first. For freshmen, I would say that it's important to take honors classes or either a class that has more credit than a normal class. And I say this because colleges do look at how you transition from middle school to high school. So it is important to take classes that aren't too easy, even though freshman year is kind of like a review and then jumping into the new stuff of high school. I would also say that high school does go fast. I'm a junior and I didn't think that high school was going to go so fast, and it is. So I would say to don't put so much pressure on yourself. For me, when I was a freshman, I was so on top of my grades a lot, and that is a good thing. Don't slack off nor procrastinate. But I would say that I would have done more fun things. I stayed in the house a lot because I knew that I had a lot of schoolwork to be done, which is a good thing to, balance out your social life and your academic life, which I'll talk about later. But I would say you should have fun as a freshman and also do your schoolwork. The next thing I would say is, even though the work might be easy or how to do it, just don't slack off, because it builds up for a reason. It's gonna get harder. So I would say it is important to keep your grades up, and it is important to not slack off because it might be easy, but you still need to be on your A game. Sophomore year, I would suggest taking an AP class or an honors class. I say this because it is a step up from freshman year to sophomore year, so you shouldn't continue to take easy classes. You need to build up on your schedule. So I would say taking some harder classes than the ones you did in freshman year, but don't take classes that you know that will be a really, really big challenge for you, unless you really like a challenge. But don't take classes that you know will probably bring your grade down, or you're just not interested in all. I would say throughout high school, take classes that you want to do and that will help you in college and what you want to do later on in life. So for junior year, everyone says this year is hard, and it is, but I think that something that's helped me throughout this year is being organized. Being organized is so important for whatever grade you're in, because it'll help you schedule things out and plan things out so you won't get so stressed out and confused even more. So what I do is I separate my schoolwork and my studying for the ACT and SAT, and then looking for scholarships and colleges stuff. I separate those things out so I can figure out what I want to do. I would say that it is very important for anything not to procrastinate. If there's a due date, I would really start that project or book or whatever way earlier than 3 days before, because that's really going to put a lot of stress on you. And if you are stressed now in junior year, you don't want to be stressed anymore. So overall in academic life, I would say to not procrastinate and to be organized, and to throughout your whole high school career, don't slack off, really be on your grades. So now I'm going to be talking about social life. I think for me, it really wasn't too hard to balance between, but there's some people who really like their social life and some people who really like school, and they can't figure out a balance. So I'm going to try to help you with some advice on how to balance those things. I think that it is very important to remember that there's always going to be fun things to do. Always, there's always going to be a party or an event to go to, because it's just always there. But school is there, but we're all going to graduate eventually. So I think it's really important to have that balance and focus on what is important. And then if you have that time, you can, have fun, do what you want to do. I would say for freshmen, don't put a lot of stress on yourself, because like, even though colleges do look at that year, it is still important to have fun, because like I said earlier in the video, high school does go fast, and like that technically is a time to have your fun, still do your work. And then once you progress into sophomore, junior, and senior year, like you really need to like crack down and get really deep into your high school career. I think that if you really know what your main priority is, like, I think that's really different for everybody. But for me, I know what I want to do in life, and I know that if I want to do it, I have to go to school and I have to study and I have to pass. So if you want to do those things, I think that you need to know that there is a certain time for school and there's a certain time for partying and activities and having fun. You just have to know what your main priority is in life and then go from there. And the last topic that I'm going to be talking about is mental health. I take this so serious because I get stressed out a lot. I get stressed out. Like, y'all really don't even know. But anyways, if you are like me that gets really stressed out, I would try to say, don't overwork yourself. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, and don't put a lot of stress on yourself. It'll make your life easier. But for me, I can't do that. I just stress. So things that I do to like cope with that and to like relieve that stress is I listen to music. I listen to any type of music. It doesn't have to be a certain genre, but if you do like a certain genre, like listen to the songs that you want to listen to, and maybe that will help you relax a little bit. I also am big on this. I take naps. One thing about me is I'm asleep, okay? Actually, two things. I'm asleep and I'm eating.
Why are we about to eat it?
The phone goes on D&D and I am knocked out like a light, literally. So take a nap. Take breaks. It's really important to take breaks. Don't just like sit down, start studying, and then like do it for like 3 hours. No, don't do that. Like, you need to break up your time and take breaks in between so you can relieve your brain from like all that memorizing and writing and stuff like that. The last 3 things that you should do is have a good sleeping schedule, have a good diet, and lastly, always ask for help. I think that the 2 things, the good diet and the sleeping schedule, will really help, because you'll, feel healthier, you'll feel energized, and you'll feel better to do things instead of being all groggy and lazy and like bogged down with, you're tired or you're hungry and stuff like that. But also remember, it is important to eat. And lastly, it is important to ask for help. I think that I'm more of an independent person, so I'm not going to really like ask for a whole bunch of help. But don't be like me. It is very important to ask for help, because help is always there and help will guide you through the way. It doesn't matter who you ask. Help is there, and it is important to take that advantage. So that is all I have on high school advice. And if you are watching, please like and subscribe and comment on other ideas you want to see on my channel. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.